we're at the KC Guitar Show. There's a lot of guitars coming in. Oh my God! And then this showed up. What'd you bring us today?
This is a 1985 Fender Performer bass. It was made by Fender for 6 months before the company was sold, and they decided to stop making them. The new owners decided they wanted to only do jazz basses, precision basses, Telecasters and Stratocasters, and they dropped every other line. So this only lasted 6 months. It was designed by John Page. He gave the very first one to Ben Orr from the Cars because he was a big Cars fan.
Oh, that's cool. So this is all original.
Well, except for the bridge, which I had to have replaced just over the winter because it just got deteriorated.
1985 frets even.
Yep.
Wow.
Those are original.
Fender Performer.
Now, interesting things about this. I bought it in a Carson City pawn shop in 1986 for $100 because the pawn shop owner did not believe it was a Fender because the logo's wrong. The headstock is wrong. The neck is so much more narrow than any other Fender that he'd ever seen. It's also got a 24 fret or 2-octave neck. Fender didn't make very many of those either. So between all that and the cutaways on it are they're angular. They're not rounded like any other Fender.
Okay, now this is fun. So Ken brought this book from, I can't tell when this book is from, but it's called The Fender Bass.
Fender Bass book by Klaus Blasquiz.
So he actually has a blueprint, an engineering blueprint of this bass. That's really cool. I like that. Tell me about the electronics.
All right. So these are sealed single coil pickups. This is a volume knob. Your standard neck, bridge, both. But the thing on this is if you put it in both, you have them turned up, you can back off one of them, any amount, and it'll just completely change the tone. So it's more of a blend. And then the tone knob is completely, all right. Mark, go ahead and take that tone knob and spin it to 10. And tell me what you feel.
Oh, it locks in at 10.
Keep turning.
There's more past that?
There's more past that.
Is this a Spinal Tap thing? It goes to 11.
No, that's only 5. If you look at the knob, it says 5. All right, what that is they came up with something that they developed that year called the TBX tone knob. The TBX, I don't remember what TBX stands for, but that is where a regular jazz bass would be at 10.
5 is what?
5 is where 10 is on a regular.
This is a Spinal Tap thing.
And then it juices past that. Yeah,
it's louder, isn't it? It goes to 11.
So I usually play it at 5. Usually play it blended in the middle. If I want a little more, I just move one of those.
Right.
But if I really have trouble cutting through in the mix, I put it on the bridge pickup, crank that thing to 10, and it cuts through like an ice pick to the forehead.
And your guitar player in the band is so happy about that.
Yeah, well.
I know you don't want to sell it.
No, this is my first bass.
Amazing. So you paid $100 for it.
Right.
I know you have some. What do you think the value actually is today?
I have watched them on Reverb, and I've watched them on eBay, trying to go, well, if I see another one for a low enough price, I'd love to have a backup. I've seen them spike from $1,200 to $2,000.
That's cool, man. That's a great guitar.
It's great. It's a great player.
Thank you for bringing it in.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate you. It also shows on there, if you notice that, future bass and then no future on the bottom part for a follow-up article.
The future is gone. There's no future in Fender bass.
Not that line.
And not the Performer.